10 players was asked to drop our assessment on boxing's showing on NBC. Yeah we know we're late. We had a wedding to attend to. But holler to Latina Fire on this one. Now me Trouble and Sexy didn't watch this shit until a coupler days ago, but we watched every fucking second. Every single commercial. Now. Check it out. We've got complaints. Sorry to play spoiler but we do. Why? Because we see deception. And seriously don't like it. Now some of you will be very excited about this NBC shit and will feel 10 players is just starting trouble. Again. We understand. If the lights and NBC got you excited, we respect that, but lights don't impress us. Lights something we manifest, not something we run to. After we rub two sticks together you can come follow ours. Or you can learn to create your own. Now no doubt this had a different feel from Showtime and HBO. It's like Shaka Zulu. Show me that shiny thing. It'll overshadow what's really going on and I'll get super happy. Damn. Motherfuckers are gullible. Not us. Now we want to make something clear. This video isn't about Al Haymon's management tactics. That's another video. But make no mistake about it. Al Haymon won't be making any big gambles. The big gambles when you really don't know who's gonna win. And we assure you. 90% of the time Haymon will know who's gonna win. And he'll have big influence over that outcome. Will he work with other stables? Sure he will. And unless his fighter's on the way out, he'll be sure they're the favorite when he does. It'll take an upset for a guy to lose. So once inner blue moon he'll lose. 90% of the time he'll win. Because all this is mostly staged. And that ain't what real boxing's about. But a lot of fake hardcores'll be so happy to see boxing they won't care. They wanna be fucked. They're like, fuck me Haymon. They secretly like that shit. That's some guy screaming like that. Oh you think those spike matchups were good huh? Gimme a fucking break. The bitch shit started already. And every single one of those outcomes was predetermined. Welcome to the new WWE of boxing. And here's its Vince McMahon. But the spike review's another video. Now if Haymon gets enough pressure, he'll throw a fighter to the fire against another stable. Just to shut motherfuckers up. And he will. Haymon fans will all say. See that? Haymon lets his guys fight. Then he'll continue the same in-house setup matches with clueless fans buying it. Or if his guy's the underdog because he's worth very little, and the fighter from another house is worth major dollars. He'll take that. Because it's good for the pockets. And pray for a upset. Because that's what this is about. Filling the pockets. Not seeing the best fight the best. Not for glory. And not for your soul. But maybe we're wrong. We'd be more than happy to be. And Haymon can prove it. By letting us see this. And this. And this. And this fucking year too. So let's get to this NBC shit, because Sugar Ray Leonard and Layla Ali were brought in on this one. Because no one knows who the fuck these guys are outsider hardcore fans, so they needed some faces people know. Maybe they shoulda got Tyson. But Sugar Ray and Layla were good, and so were some of the commercials. Here's one of them.
The anticipated matchup, undefeated Danny Garcia puts his record on the line against the dangerous Lamont Peterson.
Yeah. His fucking undefeated record on the line. Not his title. His record. Like what fucking undefeated record? He already lost. But cool. His undefeated paper record. As you know, that means he'll still be the champ if he gets knocked the fuck out. And when the fuck did Peterson become dangerous? He's not even batting 500 in knockouts, and most of his knockouts are against bums. He has knockouts over guys with over 20 losses. He even has a knockout over a guy with 33 losses and 11 wins. Hey, check out this guy he knocked out. See all this red? Those are other motherfuckers who knocked the same guy out. Like, stop letting the paper fool you. Yeah. We're being party poopers. We frown on shit like that because in the big picture it fucks up the sport. When you've got a real Tyson, Foreman or Triple G who's actually dangerous, you've tainted the promotion for those guys. Because fans are used to you prostituting that line all the time, so they stop taking you seriously. It's like the boy that cried wolf. They're so used to you claiming guys are big bad wolves, that when you actually get one, no one's fucking listening. Because you claim that shit all the time. Just keep it real. I mean, we like Peterson, and he's a decent fighter. But call him crafty, smooth, fast, witty, or some other shit. But we know the political game. This just ain't about boxing. Bet all you with channels are very used to your banner right about now. Most probably forgot there was a time you could paint your entire page from wall to wall with anything you liked. You came to the 10 players channel and saw champions and beautiful ladies wall to wall. Now we got a fucking banner. But everybody forgot. Yeah. You're used to Google tracking you now. It's probably normal. The same way they forgot what boxing was. And the powers that be know the sheeple forget. Subtle deception. Flashy commercials. Most will say, oh, it's just a little thing. We know. Once you get used to that little deceptive thing and embrace it, they'll add another little thing. Soon those little things will become a big mountain of bullshit. And don't fool the newcomers. We'd rather see Wilder say he has a belt, but there's another guy out there and he wants to unify. That's more exciting to us than hearing him claim he's the heavyweight champion of the world. Fuck the games, we want the absolute truth. But the absolute truth doesn't always sound good. If it did, Wilder would have said he's just one of more than one heavyweight champion of the world. Instead of the heavyweight champion. He left that part out. Now we bet someone will complain it's irrelevant. But we bet if Wilder unifies all the belts, he'll clearly let everyone know he's the undisputed champion. And he won't leave that little undisputed part out in the least. See, we just came from a wedding. And the mother of the bride asked us who the heavyweight champion is now. She thinks there's only one. And we sure the fuck didn't tell her it was Wilder. We actually felt kinda stupid having to explain to her there can be several champions of the whole world. Which sucks. Like, we don't want to hear a guy claim he's the president. Then later find out there's another president. Who's actually more of a president than the other president. And the newbies that don't know any better would argue over that shit. They'll claim no, that Wilder guy's the champion. I saw it on NBC. So we're not getting excited over commercials of fighters getting out of limos with suits on, lights, and snazzy music. That only matters if there's substance behind it. It's not gonna make us lose sight of the fact that the goal's to see the best fight the best. We'd rather hear words from the real Ali, rather than Will Smith saying the champ is here to a snazzy beat. That's a better promotion. See, the mother of the bride knows who Ali is. She wouldn't have the slightest fucking clue that Will Smith's copying the man in the song. And we see no signs that we're about to see the best fight the best. Like, do you fight fans understand that if boxing gets big again but it's showing crap, it's still a failure? It just means Haymon has developed a world of clueless fucking zombie fans. We wanna see big quality stuff. Not big garbage. More is less if the more is trash. Now as for the fight. Well, Broner failed to make weight, but was probably instructed to control himself. You know. No dirty shit. He did end up behind Molina during the fight a couple of times and seemed to wanna hump him. Then realized it was NBC. And the fight itself was nothing great. Broner's speed was too much for Molina, who didn't do much but miss a lot of wild looping rights. The guy was outclassed and only seemed to be looking for the big shot. In the final round, Molina needed a knockout to win. Because he sucked. And we have no idea what the fuck he was doing. He followed Broner around for the entire round without throwing jack fucking shit. It seems Broner killed Molina's spirit. Because we don't know what the fuck that stupid shit was about. Let's hear Molina's words when it was over.
But he should have kept his word and said he was going to sit there and fight me. If everyone sees, he saw him running around a little bit with a fight.
And we have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. We saw Broner standing flat-footed in front of him the entire fight up until the final round. He got beat by a better fighter. Who didn't make weight. That simple. So cut the bullshit. Now we're noticing another trend rising when it comes to certain fighters and fans. Where the fighter and his fans seem to want to win even when they lose. They feel they want to walk away with some kind of moral victory. And, he ran, seems to be the new line. Because your slow turtle moving fists can't find his fucking face. The loser wants to claim he tried to give the crowd what they wanted, but his opponent didn't allow it because he didn't let him punch him in the fucking face. This way the crowd can blame the winner for the loser losing, because the winner didn't make it exciting for the crowd by letting the loser punch him in the face for free, eventually causing the loser to end up being the winner. We hope we're not tongue-twisting any heads in knots. But these losers need to stop claiming it's the winner's fault that they lost, because the winner didn't stand there and let them unleash combinations on their face. Hoping they'll brainwash the crowd into believing the winner's actually the loser because the winner cheated the crowd out of letting them see the loser get free shots to his face. Sometimes we need to just admit we lost, and go the fuck home. Because we watched Broner stand in front of Molina for the entire fight. He had 11 chances 3 minutes at a time to go for broke. That's a lot of fucking time. And he failed. And that's all to it. As for NBC, these guys don't seem to want to hear no bullshit. When it comes to Broner, they have no desire to hear his mouth. Take a listen.
What's next?
You know, this is my first time on NBC, so I gotta give it to y'all. Like I said before, anybody can get it. Africans, Mexicans.
All right, thank you, AB. Let's go back to Mars.
Yeah. They was like, shut the fuck up and get off the fucking mic, idiot. Act proper, kiddo, and fuck you and your racial shit. But we like to see the real motherfucker in a fighter. Even if he's an idiot. Personally, we wanted to see what Broner had to say. Even if it was stupid. That's how we find out who is, and isn't a stupid motherfucker. Looks like Broner won't be able to fully express himself on NBC. Because they're all proper and shit. What a fucking joke. Fuck NBC. And listen to this.
As soon as I knock that bomb off, I'm gonna take Cleveland Williams, our Billy Daniels, both in the same night.
If he wants me, you tell it to your camera, your TV man, your radio man, and you right there in the whole world. If Sonny Liston wants me, I'll kiss his feet in the ring. I'll go out of the ring on my knees, tell him he's the greatest, and catch the next shit out of the country.
I saw Sonny Liston a few days ago, Cassius.
Ain't he ugly?
Come here, Cal. I'm the greatest thing that ever lived. I don't have a mark on my face, and I upset Sonny Liston, and I just turned 22 years old. I must be the greatest.
So you're trying to tell us a motherfucker could say more in the damn 60s and 70s than today? Yet they've got the greatest daughter on there trying to use her face and name to draw the crowd. You're trying to use the daughter of the man who transcended the sport because of his mouth, while not wanting to hear the mouths of the fighters. What type of fucking hypocritical bullshit's that? Do you know how long the cameras stayed on the champ? Do you know? Or do you think you know? Maybe we'll show footage you won't find in any documentary. They couldn't stay away from the champ. They couldn't get enough of the champ. But these motherfuckers don't even want to hear from these guys. They cut him right the fuck off. It used to be the champ that cut the media off instead. You've gotta understand something. You've actually gotta give a fuck about these guys to make it big. They lack so much hardcore hope NBC's gonna help them. Twinkle your nose and make Ali and Tyson young again, and you'll find out just how much NBC don't matter. They won't need to chase networks because networks would chase them instead. Along with every paper and media outlet on the planet. But we're pretty much ready to give up on the clueless who think they're looking at something. And what the fuck was up with Sugar and his play nice commentating? Boxing's meant to be exciting. And that ain't bringing boxing back. That ain't these days.
Trace's knees buckled. He is down. He is down for the 4th time in the fight.
Look. This ain't rocket science. If you want boxing to be what it used to be, then do what the fuck they used to do. Sugar Ray's good buddy needs someone exciting to bounce off her while commentating, who actually knows boxing. So what's the pros and cons? Well, let's start with the bad news first. Because some traditions are ridiculous, but there's others that shouldn't be fucked with. Allow a fighter to enter the ring his way, whether just with his trainer, or his entourage, or break dancing, don't fuck with it. We have no problem with upgrading a sport, but an upgrade is adding to what was, not fucking taking away. This is a serious problem with the world and people buy it. Yeah, there's a new version of Windows. That can't do a ton of shit the last version could, which couldn't do a ton of shit the last could. And now fighters can't say much. Broner's not allowed to say stupid shit and make the crowd really hate him. They're putting a restriction on how bad the bad guy can be. They're regulating him like Obama regulating the fucking internet. No calling anyone out with personal flair. We talked to you for a few seconds, now get the fuck off the stage. You expendable piece of trash. It almost seemed kinda snotty. Like you performed for the NBC queen, you peasant, now step the fuck off. Hearing the winner was supposed to be the ultimate moment, but they don't want to hear the winner at all. The motherfucker just put his grill on the line and fought. Allow him a few fucking words. Give him the chance to say. This stuff ain't little shit. It's big shit. As for the pros, well, other than enjoying the fight, we saw none. They've gotta put on a fucking show from what we're seeing. For idiots. They're booing Thurman and Guerrero for nothing. You know why? Because Haymon attracted that audience, and set the wrong mood. They have no comprehension of boxing, because Haymon didn't give them any. Because Haymon's a fucking genius. You'll know a tree by the fruit it bears. And we see a lot of shiny fruit with worms in it. The jury's still out on this whole NBC thing, but truth is, we feel real fighters should stick with HBO and Showtime, and let the fake WWE sellouts roll with NBC, Spike and Haymon. And we can only pray Jay-Z and Rock Nation doesn't start doing the same shit, and has a better production. Because here's what we see with these PBC belts. One guy creating his own league and feeding you what he wants. With corny advertisement. We're seeing stupid shit being done and doubt it'll change. For example, get rid of the Hunger Games commercial feel. Like, is this guy putting on sporting events or a fucking Nickelodeon concert? And cut the WWE type feeling shit. We like sports to feel real with no skits. Fighters in the gym with some good theme music and real classic scenes is what we like. Now we enjoyed both fights. We liked that Haymon set those up for an opener. So what's dumb about this, since we liked the fights? Well, it's like liking a nice picture that happens to have a fucked up frame. The fights were the picture and we liked them. The shit surrounding it was garbage. Like Thurman retaining the WBA regular title which he didn't even win in the ring. Fuck's the point of that? Like, why not just let him fight for the title if the Ghost woulda got it if he won anyway? Why not let him fight for it? Why rob the man of glory? Why rob the man of hearing? Like, that actually would have been better. Seeing Thurman winning and holding his new belt. Like, stop all the stupid fucking games and just play it right. You're not gonna make less money doing things right, you're gonna make more. As for Broner, he doesn't fit with NBC to us. He's actually not allowed to be Broner. Thurman on the other hand's got a different personality. He can deliver on any network. He fought a damn good fight, and we feel bad for him if NBC and Spike's where he's gotta be. So what's our final ultimate assessment to close this out? Well, it's this. NBC boxing is hands down, supremely inferior to HBO and Showtime. They're fucking ridiculous. And Broner wasn't being a racist, nor was him saying anyone can get it. Africans. Mexicans. Well, they cut him off at that point. And they're stupid. Because that's entertainment. Even if the crowd hated him, they'd watch his big mouth again just to hope someone shut it. It's not like Ali calling people Big Ugly Bear and Uncle Tom and how he's gonna beat Sonny like he's his daddy. Well, NBC woulda cut Ali the fuck off. So they seriously need to loosen up. Sugar Ray Leonard acting super nice. If he sees bullshit, can he point it out? Is it even allowed? Showtime and HBO's theater. NBC feels like a cheap B-movie. And we wonder if soon we'll see Quillen never fight who we really want to see him fight, while holding a belt on NBC. Same for Stevenson. It's Haymon creating his own fake boxing league. The same old Haymon shit on a grander scale. We already know what's happening with Garcia Peterson, and we get the feeling a whole lot of bullshit's coming. There's a saying. You get what you pay for. And NBC's free. We have no problem with his free stuff. But NBC's gotta loosen up. Because we're watching HBO when we want to see real champions fight with quality production and decent commentating. Not NBC. Unless they make some serious changes. Broner fought a good fight. Thurman fought a great fight. And that's it? We looked for something else to praise. Hoping. And simply can't come up with anything. And we honestly looked hard. Every time something came up we hoped we could praise. From the ring entrance, to commercials, to commentating, to post-fight interviews, to the promotion of the next NBC event. Some crap was attached to it. Some worm in the fucking fruit. But we'll see if they make any changes in their next non-title championship catchweight event. Of two champions in the same fucking division not fighting for the title. We hope they will. So for you NBC lovers, the dislike button's on the right. And until our next one, which will be our Spike review. Peace. We're out.